It's fine. Ooh, should not have died like that. Nope. Ooh, dragon. Okay. Shit. That was my chance. So okay, I think I just answered my own question. The top and the bottom I don't think has to be the same, but I think it's just that all the traps have to be shown at least once. Is sort of what I'm gathering. So, with that in mind, I only really lost to the double dragons. I mean, for one, I didn't actually realize that they were dragons. I only half realized that they were dragons. But, had I known they were dragons, I probably still would have sucked ass. As you can tell, so that's fine. Alright, let's not die and say we did. I think that this is going to be the run to end the run. Does that sound accurate? Does that sound fair? Is the game gonna let me do that though? The game doesn't like me doing that a whole lot. Well, we'll try. You know, all you can do is try. Bouncy boy. Bouncy bitch boy. Haha. Problem solved. Just trash talk the competition. Although he doesn't really like it a whole lot, so maybe do that with a grain of salt. Yep, see, he didn't like that one. Well, that wasn't the run down all runs. However, this one totally is. Alright. It's fine. Confidence. Confidence is all you need, soul. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, I can't really fake confidence, can I? Okay, that's fine. We get the laser and we got a dragon boy. Not laser. Icicle? I thought it was a gun. Doesn't even matter. Alright, dragon and the machine gun now. Yes. Okay. I was clairvoyant. Jesus. I was clairvoyant. I saw the future. And I predicted it. So we're gonna pretend I did good. Alright. 2 missiles shouldn't be as big of a deal, he says right before eating a missile right in the face and getting killed. Yeah. See, I'm definitely not confident enough. Why am I not confident enough? I should be a little more confident to the situation at hand. The only way to win is confidence. It's how you get everything in life. I mean, not everything, literally, but figuratively speaking, it's how you get everything. I think it's what they say gets you a promotion at work, although that one is a very hit or miss thing, because in the real world, let's not go that way. In the real world, promotions at work are a very different story than they are in the movies. So, who knows? I don't really know how life works. I'm barely an adult. I'm an adult by title alone. I definitely know. Oh, birds! Oh, right. Not everything has to be shown at least once. I could theoretically go without seeing a single dragon because there is enough traps in the game, I think. Because 50 divided by 5 is a number that I can't envision in my brain because I have a small brain whenever I am recording and talking at the same time. Yes, maybe so. And so... shit. I think that there's... What the hell's 50 divided by 5? 25? No. Sorry, no, it's not 50 divided by 5. Well, anyway, the math lines up to say... Look, I already can't do mental math very well on my own. I especially can't do it with playing. Either way, we've seen enough traps. I think that getting 50 barrels, swapping them every 5, and having 2 traps go at the same time, I'm pretty sure we have more traps than we have score, so I'm fairly confident that we should be good. Because I could probably go without ever seeing a dragon. Maybe. So it's a little hard to tell. But I do wonder about the underlying code in the game. Is it possible that when it's rolling the traps, it just determines what has or what hasn't been used? And then it like randomly decides that there's going to be 1 or 2 of them? See, as a programmer, I do wonder about that kind of stuff. Because I have no idea what the underlying code looks like. Nor what language this was coded in, maybe C++? Although that seems weird. I feel like this is a Unity game. If it is Unity, it'd be C#, but... You know, there's probably something you could very easily Google and figure out, and I just haven't done that. But... Does this feel like a Unity game? I think it does. Maybe? Is this Unity? Also, can the bowling ball be one or both? Now that I've experienced the brown bowling ball, will I always experience the brown bowling ball? Sorry. Well, I experienced the yellow one now that I've experienced the brown one. Because I don't know how this works. I'm just trying to make conversation and not die. It's very difficult. Right, so anyway, the underlying code. I think this game is a Unity game. It definitely looks like it was made in Unity. And there was a lot of these kind of games that were made in Unity. Although, I have no idea. It just seems like it makes the most logical sense. I don't know. I mean, I'm working on a game in Godot, or Godot. I don't really know how it's pronounced. Go something. It has a dot in it. Everyone has a different opinion on how, or what it's called, and... Oh, come on. I totally had you, you stupid goddamn bird. I'm trying to not get hit. See, if you're patient, good things happen, but if you're not patient, you suck. Right, yes, I'm making a game in Godot, and I'm using C#, although it technically doesn't use C# on its own, and I'll have to show you guys eventually what I'm working on, because it's only kind of prototypes that I'm working on for the time being, and it's not really sure if it's even, you know, worthy of being shown just yet, because there's not a whole lot, but I have a lot of game ideas going along, and a lot of game, you know, words are hard, but I'm making a game, and I have a couple of ideas for features that I would like to implement, and I have a couple of ideas in terms of what makes a good game, and some features that make the game good. But if I told you that I'm making a generic RPG channel, it'd be the same thing if I told somebody that that I have a Let's Play channel. There's a lot of those that exist, and it's sort of how you go about things that set you apart, because without something to set you apart, you do just sort of get lost in the fold, and that's something that's very true with a lot of things. I mean, I think artists are in that boat a lot as well. If you're an artist, you might be worried about charging a certain amount, because if you have a lot of people all doing similar things, then you might run the risk of something seeming too samey, and you kind of get oversaturated a little bit with who you want to go with and who you want your money to go to. We're going to pretend that all made sense. Also, I'm pretty sure I can hear the cat scratching underneath the door. Not sure. Cat's doing something over there. Can you hear it? I don't know if it's going to be picked up on the mic. Or if I'll allow it to be picked up on the mic. Wise. That's fine. What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, people doing the same thing in an oversaturated market can quickly make it seem like there is no way to escape, and there is no way to make a name for yourself, although, so many goddamn missiles. You just gotta find a way to make it your own, make it unique. I cannot say I have the most unique Let's Play channel in the world. However, I have been doing this for a very long time. Almost as long as my daughter's life. So, that's a thing. I think. We got this. Nailed it. And nailed it. Sort of. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, but I find for a lot of Let's Play channels where the concept is generally, hey, I am such and such, and I record, and here's my voice, a lot of what sets it apart is the personality. Jason, who I've recorded with a handful of times, he's definitely got a personality that's very similar to mine. We bounce off of each other very well. Solaranium and myself, I like to think we have similar humor and similar ways to go about things, and we kind of click playing anything. I mean, all we've done is Tomb Raider, and if you happen to randomly be watching this, I'd love to record with you again sometime. I don't necessarily know when I'll be free again for a session, as I was not living in the same situation that I currently am, but I would definitely be up for it sometime if you were. But yeah, him and I just kind of click, and that's good, because that's how you create quality content. It was the same thing when I used to record with Xebu-X, who then became the Everything Gamer, because him and I clicked for sure. Although he saw different things in his life after a little while. Which I totally understand and respect, and I think he's deleted a lot of his stuff since then, because I think his channel kind of represented who he used to be. And at the end of the day, you know, when you've been doing this since you were a teenager, we've all changed a lot, I think, since we were teenagers. I will tell you, it's incredibly cringy to go back and listen to my old stuff. But I've kept it around for, I guess, a couple of reasons. But one of the main reasons I've kept it around is because I'm not really, you know, it's a clear prospect of growth for my channel and how I've become. I will tell you that if you watch some of the early stuff, it is a little cringy. I did a lot of things that not the best practice these days. And my style of commentary didn't actually change much. I haven't become that different of a person. But just know if you do go back and watch any of my older stuff, it's not that great. But that's okay, because you live and you learn. That's kind of the bulk of it. Okay. Sorry, it is very warm in my room, and I'm like sticking to myself in here. That's a good visual. It's mainly just my hair, because I have a lot of it, and it's just getting all stuck in my face, and I can't see anything. So that's fine. I also don't have a drink. I feel like that would also help me, because this recording has been about an hour and 12 minutes, ish, according to my timer, which may not be relevant to real time, but it's around there. However, we've been so close to beating this that we're only a try or two away, I think. That one, okay. Saw blade and the goopy goop. No big deal. So, anyway, I think I've mentioned this before. I do have a couple of ideas for what I want to do next on my channel. However, if anybody has anything that they're really interested in seeing me play through and or record, where the hell am I not going to get here? Be sure to let me know, because I'm down to play anything, or almost anything. There are a couple of games, there are a couple of games that I'll probably get in trouble for playing. But I'm down for playing most games, which, you know, I think that covers a good chunk of games. But I don't know. It's a little hard to know the market out there. I've actually been in a weird mood where I haven't been playing as many games as I'd theoretically like to be playing. So, by all means, if anybody has any game recommendations, either for games for me to play on my own or check out or record, it doesn't matter. I'll record anything. Also, I was gonna say, we have the yellowy ball. However, not overly sure if we've had any other... God damn it, I'm dying in the stupidest ways. Alright, it's fine. I'm getting a little loopy. I've been recording for so long and it's 2 in the morning. I get a little loopy. I haven't had a late night like this in a while. I think I intended to go to bed at 11 because I was up a little early this morning. But that's fine. You know, you do dumb things when you're young. That's a good excuse, right? Totally. Oh well. I'll find a way to make that make more sense. Just, you're gonna have to ask me when I'm a little more present. That sounds like a plan. Ooh, laser boy. I think we can duplicate traps. Because, didn't we just deal with the laser boy a second ago? I think so. I'm not overly sure. Everything kind of blends. Can we not have me die immediately to a bird and machine guns? Bird, come to me. God damn it. See, it's not this difficult. I'm just making it seem very difficult. That's fine. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna be rambling like a madman, although there may have to be some edits, because I'm gonna be realistic. I'm not the most interesting man when I'm literally going insane. Alright, that's totally fine. Hey, give me the barrel. That's fine. You're gonna go away again. I'm gonna spawn over here. Oh well. Ooh, missile boys. I can deal with some missile boys, sort of, maybe. Yeah, it gets real hard to thread the needle on those, doesn't it? Let's not get hit by that bowling ball. Yeah, a lot of these... God damn it, a lot of them aren't tricky. It's just that you rush yourself and you get overconfident. Alright, that's fine. You just gotta do what you gotta do. You'll eventually solve the riddle. Eventually. Wow. Or you'll do that, and you'll get deeper down the rabbit hole of making mistakes. But that's okay. Can I, you know what, here's a thought. Can I just keep going in one direction and see if it lets me, I'm kidding, I mean actually turn around. I was gonna say, can I just go in one direction and see if that lets me win? It's not gonna let me win at all. Okay, well we have Dragony Boy. Dragony Boys, I'm indifferent on Dragony Boys. Because Dragony Boys aren't the hardest thing in the world. But mixed with everything else, I guess they can be. Yep, those are what I want in my day. These are everything I want in my challenge. Cool, get the hell out of here. I do not like the bees. I thought the bees were easy because the bees never hurt me before. However, in this episode, the bees decided to make me their bitch. So, I don't know what to do. That's an uncomfortably close situation. Yep. That's okay. Also, interestingly, that laser will remove the saw blades. I didn't think it would, but it definitely is, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's focus on how many we have. So we're at 17, which means that we're a little less than halfway there. 19. Okay, well we're 5 away from halfway. So, that's kind of cool. Oh lord. As long as I don't make the stupid goddamn mistakes. Okay, well we're halfway. Don't be dumb. Be patient. Life's not a race. Right? We all know life's not a race. So, you just gotta do, there you go, one thing at a time. 30 out of 50, meaning we only have 20 left. That's no big deal, right? We can get 20, maybe. Well, there we go. These are really slow missiles that make my life very difficult. They are, but that's okay. Because you know what? We got 38 out of 50. So 38 out of 50 is a good number to have, right? There you go. 39 means we only have to get one more barrel, and then these will reset. There we go. Oh, that's not how you do that one. However, we were making really good progress, so I think I just had to be fully aware of how many I have and my goal. Because I know that in 2 more, these traps will change. So that might, there we go, boom, trap change. It might make me a little more hesitant to rush after things, although that might just be me talking like a madman. There gets a point when you reach insanity where you start justifying your insanity. Don't get to that point. There's no reason to justify it. It's, yep, no reason to justify that. Make that trap go away. There we go. Okay, we're at 15. We have bees. Now bees, I've mentioned, that kind of suck, right? They like making me their bitch. However, I know that in 1 more, they're gonna go away. Like so. And then, there you go, see? You just gotta get some rhythm going. Yep. See, these saw blades are bad, but there you go. Problem solved. Alright, see, what you really have to do is you just gotta Bob Ross it. Let's, you know what? Everything's all good. I got a happy little missile. There you go. And they're all gone. You got the lasery boy. But you stay in front of that lasery boy. At the end of the day, he's not trying to kill you. He's a happy little laser who's just a little misunderstood. And here you got these crazy slow-moving missiles, and you're thinking, wow, these things really suck because there's so many of them. But in just 1, they're gone. Oof. Now, this one you might think is bad. That thing ain't gonna hurt you. He's just a little misunderstood. Yep. There you go. Look at that. See, the Goopy Goop is a bit of a problem. However, if you take your time, there's no reason to force it. You all get, and guess what? In 1 more, they all go away. And then you're just gonna deal with the double dragon dicks. Okay, well... Ah, that's twice now. Ah, game. That's cold. Now I wonder, I have a dragon on the first one. Well, never mind. I don't have a dragon on the first one anymore. I was gonna say, now that I have a dragon on the first one, will I have a dragon on the last one? I don't know. I almost wonder if the last one has to be a double dragon. the Devil Dragon, it's not even necessarily a problem, because you can just identify that the dragon is going to hit a very specific spot. He has a front, and he has an end. And theoretically, if you follow the front and then you follow the end, then you're all good. And you can't do any more than that. Bees. My favorite thing to start off with. Yep. That about sums it up. Now we got Dragon Ball. Now, if this is the case, where one dragon here means no dragon later on, that means that with this, I have eliminated one, which perhaps might make me a little more accustomed to doing better. Remembering at the end of the day, I'm not that good. Alrighty. Well, we might actually get 3 episodes out of this. I like to make these little bite-sized chunks for people. However, the game's not that interested, is it? I don't think it is. Nope, not at all. You know what, at this rate, it's going to turn into the Divinity Original Sin ending. Well, that took me 1 recording session, and then me going to sleep, and then me recording after I woke up. Because there was so much goddamn stuff to digest. But, that's fine. Maybe I'll just do the thing where you speed things up, and then see if things get any better. See, I don't even know what would be better. Me doing better would be a hell of a lot better. Unfortunately, you can't ask for too much, because, you know, we can only do so much at the end of the day. But maybe I'll just hit a button to make this all super sped up, and my voice might sound a little chipmunky. Not too chipmunky, still a little bit chipmunky. And then we're gonna just sound a little bit better, and we're just gonna try to fill in the void with a voice. It doesn't actually matter what we say. I could say potatoes are potatoes, and if we're sped up enough, you may never know what I actually said. However, knowing me, I won't speed it up that much, and you'll still be able to make out every word, and that's totally fine. But eventually, we'll solve this. Although maybe all I need to do is just be a little quieter. See, that might solve the problem. However, as a Let's Player, or at least as somebody who records YouTube videos for a hobby, dead air scares me. It's brought up in my meetings a lot at work, because I tend to talk a whole lot, and I don't tend to stop. So when a meeting should probably be well over, I don't like to end things. Maybe I just like to hear my own voice. Hard to say. However, I've come a long way from never liking hearing my own voice to constantly hearing my own voice, so that's kind of cool. Okay, we may have to do some not fast forwardy bits. We may just have to do some cutting and pasting until I solve this. I might have to be a little quieter. We might be past the point of me being able to do this while talking. So with some movie magic, we may just I may be from here to immediately solving it. My old nemesis, the twin dragons. Well, I'm shitting myself. However, god damn it, there's one fucking away. I've been recording for 1 hour and 50. Alright, let's go back to the talking bit. I tried, and I died probably 20-30 times in amongst that period of time. Unfortunately, I don't have any new strategies to report. I have just literally sucked ass for the last 20 fucking minutes. Oh man, this is a game that will break me. Now, in my defense, I am a little too tired for this. So, I feel like the more I play, the more I'm just deteriorating. And that just can't be good for the human soul, right? I don't know. Clearly I'm not an expert on souls or anything, it's only in my name, but yeah, my apologies by the way if I sound more and more like I'm really not into this. I am. It just, when you get tired, you unfortunately cannot always control the way that your voice sounds, and it's not entirely my fault. The more you play, the more you just, you know, you tend to lose your mind a little bit, and that's okay. I have more to report in terms of how hot my room has been. Shit. Well, you'll notice I'm slipping off the edge a lot more. Very good reason, actually. It has to do with the fact that my hands are so slippery that I can't actually hold onto the controller any longer. So that's been an interesting one. Ooh, when you're trying to make precision jumps, those are the words. and you can't hold onto the controller, it certainly adds a bit to your situation, doesn't it? Alright, well that's no big deal. We're doing what we can. I have no idea what the outcome of this episode is going to be. Part of me wants to maybe try again another time. However, I'm determined. This is the last goddamn episode. I have been one away more than once. Well, maybe only the once. But within 5 several times away from the end of this. And presumably, there is nothing else after this. So I really want to find out. And then after that, I can just record this over, render this overnight, upload it whenever the hell I wake up tomorrow, which is probably going to be super early in the morning. And I will be so tired anyway that I won't have an opportunity to edit it properly then anyway. And we'll go from there. You know, I really wish that I learned, you know, at least one thing throughout this entire session. All I've learned is that I'm really not good at this game. I was doing pretty good, and I thought colors were the only thing that I was going to struggle with. Little did I know the rest of the game would show up, and yeah, I mean, you know what, this is technically a final boss. Although it's not laid out like a traditional final boss, so many things, my eyes can't focus. It's not laid out like a traditional final boss, but I'd argue that it's still a final boss level of difficulty with everything it's throwing at you. It seems to be the screen's going to grow smaller and you'll get sticky floor towards the last 2. And then you'll also, I mentioned the one that I thought was the easiest. I think the pattern that I've realized is that gives you a breather as like the last 3 or something. And then from there, it's like, well, I hope you've learned something, otherwise you're screwed. So that's about something I've learned. So maybe I have been productive in these 30, 40 times I've died. I don't think I have the patience to sit through and watch myself die this many times again. But if anybody wants to leave a death counter, I'm cutting out half of it, but a death counter for what's left in the episode, I would be interested in seeing how many times I died. Like I said, it's not that I deem this not good quality, it's just that if you die 600 times, let's say, playing a series, and you sat through those 600, you don't necessarily want to sit through another 600 and make it 1200, you know? I think that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of deteriorating. I think I'm getting a lot of lag on my monitor. Couldn't even tell you. It could just be my eyes wearing away. Right into the bees. Yeah, it could just be my eyes wearing away at this rate. A little harder to tell, but that's alright. Yep, that's not good. We're at an hour and 53 minutes of recording, by the way. Hope you guys have enjoyed the ride. I very well might just have to stop this and then just try again in the morning. I really desperately want to beat this right now, but at the end of the day, you really can't force it, and it's going to get to a point where I just start doing worse and worse. So I think I'll give this another couple of tries, and then I'll have to try this again in the morning. Only because 2 hours is a little much, even for me. So yeah, we'll give that one a couple of goes, like I said, and see where we end up. Because I could do this all night and make 0 progress, and that wouldn't do anybody any good, to be fair. And I think people would also get really bored of that. So let's not bore everybody, as if this is the most compelling piece of commentary and gameplay you've ever seen in your life. Who knows? Hello, Dragon. I actually don't think it matters if I get him on the first go. I think that I'm still going to get the 2 dragony boys at the end, and I don't think there's anything I can actually do about that, which is a little disheartening because it's clearly the hardest part for me, but that's fine. Eventually we'll do this, right? We're not going to be stuck on this forever. This will be one of the series I never finish because I just can't get past the goddamn final level. Oh man, can you imagine? I would be mad at myself. There may be nobody else who even realizes it, but I will be mad at myself. Oh, I can't do that. It must be finished eventually. So I think I'm pretty bad when it comes to these missiles, and I don't know why. I don't think these missiles should be as hard as they are. But never underestimate the power of my stupidity. I think is a good lesson that we can all take away out of this. I think also the fact that I don't have a drink. I keep harping on that. I've been talking for a while. Again, probably 2 hours. Normally I bring coffee with me. Today I had nothing. So, yeah. You know, what I think I'm going to do, I'm probably going to give this a couple more tries after this without audio to see if I can accomplish any more, and then we'll go with that. Because I really do want to finish this, and, well, goddamn if I'm not determined. But, how many more of these? One more, cool. God damn it if I'm not determined. But I don't think it even comes down to that anymore. I think it's just my literal sanity is coming to an end. I think I kind of grasp why people get frustrated with this game. However, I will say that it is for some different reasons that I had anticipated. I assumed it was the general frustration from playing through it. We've had a lot of things get to us over time. A lot of little traps that seem to have bested us. However, this definitely seems to be one of the ones that bested us more than any of them, actually. Though we have the slow missiles. This, I think, is part of the experience. I'm looking for like what's missile, what's not missile, and then where everything's coming from. 39 out of 40. Well, that sums up that. And then I get the sticky with the thingy. I kind of understand a little bit with this. Part of my issue is that I was getting way too stuck in the icky. So you kind of have to jump first. It's a little weird, but yeah, you kind of jump first, and then you move off the double jump. There we go, double dragony boys. Let's just move. Yeah, see, he's definitely a bitch. I don't know why I'm so bad at that either. Alright, give me another couple of handful of tries and we'll see where we end up. Well, it's 3 in the morning. I have a feeling we're gonna have to follow this up another time. So, tackle this again tomorrow, I think. Maybe, it depends on if I can sleep. See what time the kids are up. Either way, we'll be back at this eventually. Well, we're back. It was 9 in the morning. 9:21 to be specific. It was damn near 3 when I went to bed. I did not just wake up. I've been up for probably a half hour or so. The kids woke up a little earlier than I had anticipated. So, we're still tired. It's a different level of tired, but I've also changed up my... words are hard. I've also changed up my recording method. I'm using Invink rather than X264. That's not super important. It's mainly to see if I could stop the lag, because I'm blaming the lag for the issues I was having in the last episode. So anyway, let's get this all finished up. I have a feeling, now I could be wrong, but I like to think that I can do a lot better without the lag. However, it might also be a bit of a weird in-between, because if there's no lag, I can't make up an excuse. So it might be good, it might not be good. Also, definitely not how I anticipated spending first thing in the morning, but that's okay. These things happen. Well, how are you guys all doing? I hope you guys are all doing well on this beautiful morning. I think it's Sunday, although I have no idea. Wow, this gets very confusing very quickly. I forgot that this isn't super easy to record and talk at the same time. But that's okay. These are just, you know, we're just gonna do what we can, and just hope for the best. I think that's really all you can do. So one thing I didn't bring up in the last episode, I was just wondering, have you guys played any good games recently? Jesus. I'm not following a whole lot of new releases. One I have been a little interested in is, and I have my wife playing it actually at the moment, but Story of Seasons, hold on, I'm gonna itch my nose. Story of Seasons Friends in Mineral Town. I think the game is really good. It's basically the old Harvest Moon Friends Mineral Town, but remastered on the Switch. That was unfortunate. Remastered on the Switch. So there's a whole story about the team who originally made Harvest Moon. Yep, that's gonna happen. The team that originally made Harvest Moon kind of split a little while ago, and then the old team got the rights to half of the name, and then the other team got the other rights. So it's been a little weird in the development side of things, but the Story of Seasons games have definitely been more or less games like the older Harvest Moon, whereas the actual Harvest Moon title, because the team split in half, one team retained half of the rights, and then the other team lost them. So the latest Harvest Moon games, they've seemed almost like mobile-friendly games, and they don't seem like they have, the spirit of what makes a Harvest Moon game. And that, I think, is an important part of Harvest Moon, because even without the name, I think one of the most important parts about the series in general is the spirit. You have these farming simulator games that have a lot of heart. There's a story I still love, and I can't find the article anymore. I read the article once, and then I couldn't find it anymore. So there's a very good chance that I might just be misremembering, especially since I can't find the article anymore. Quiet. And I might have mentioned this in another episode, but it was this whole article about, there was the original Harvest Moon. Part of the inspiration behind it is one of the developers. He heard on the news, or like on the radio for the news, some kid was talking about his pet dying, and the way that he had made sense of it was he explained that his pet had run out of batteries. And that's an interesting way to look at it, but it kind of makes sense in this world where this kid's only ever had toys, and he doesn't really know, he doesn't really know at the end of the day that, if his pet died, it's because, it died. And so one of the real inspirations behind the original Harvest Moon game was making sure that you grow this bond with your pet, and then you learn to love it, and then you learn that things do happen, and at the end of the day, like, I'm trying to word this in such a way that it doesn't sound too grim or too negative, but it's sort of just understanding and respecting life, and understanding and respecting that at the end of the day, things can and do happen, and you don't necessarily have to always worry about what's going to happen as much as just kind of be glad and appreciate things while they're here, rather than worrying about anything else. But also, if your pet does happen to succumb, don't think that his batteries have run out. Sort of just know and understand at the end of the day that these are things that happen. Story of Seasons on the 3DS, there was a standalone game just titled Story of Seasons, which was basically just Harvest Moon. And it had a warning in the beginning of the game. Or I guess a warning, it had this note at the beginning, just basically telling you to love your pets, and to know that things can happen, I guess. It was interesting. They had a lot of really weird story beats. The first time that you went swimming in the game, there was a note about how swimming in the game is really fun. However, swimming in real life is really dangerous. You could die. It was a very strange thing, but anyway, it's interesting to me. Let's not die by bowling balls. It's interesting just the scale of things and how people rationalize things in their head. Like, if your pet happens to die, being in a mindset that, like, oh, my pet clearly ran out of batteries because he's no longer moving. Because all of the toys and all of the things he had in his life prior ran on batteries. I don't know, it's a weird concept to me. But again, I can't find that article anymore, so I might just be misquoting it. I think that same article noted that the development team for Harvest Moon, the first one, that they spent months living in the office, essentially, coding the game. There's a very small team of like 2 people, maybe 1, I don't know. But they basically lived in their office, and then brought a sleeping bag into work, and then just rolled with that. The wife and kids didn't see them for a while, because that was just how game development was. They had, you know, they had metrics and shit that they needed to hit, and that was just sort of something that happened. And I think that, hey, I was going after that, actually. Yeah, there's only one more of this, right? There we go. Ooh, birds. Yeah, that was just sort of something that you had to put up with at the time. Also, I have a very distinct feeling that the only way that I'm actually going to be able to beat this is, if I can just manage to get the right lucky set of things. There's some traps I'm clearly worst at, and some that I'm decent at, and as long as I get the ones that I'm good at, then I'll do this fine. Which is basically me just saying, I suck at half of these, and I'm decent at the other half. But it's true. The other way that I think I'll survive is if I'm standing down here and I get some of them to kind of explode. I think is part of this. There we go. Okay. We got the saw blades, we got the lasery boys. The saw blades, I think, are a really tricky trap because they don't hit the way that I expect them to. And when I say that, the saw blades, they hit in a very odd way. Typically, I expect them to hit the platform. On occasions, they won't hit the platform. They'll just sort of... I don't have that. They'll look like they're gonna hit the platform and then miss it. It's very, very strange. Look at that. Boom. Hit that. Okay, well... I was hoping that was going to explode. Oh, well, don't mind me, I'll just sit here and thread the needle if you... Whoop, let's not go up to that one. That didn't work. Well, the good news is, I have a drink today. It's not necessarily water like it should be, but I do have some iced coffee, because I think iced coffee is important. And... I don't know, I drink way too much goddamn coffee. That's alright, though, that's just what I do. Alright, where we go? 10 out of 50, which means that we're a fifth of the way there. Okay, well, we're 0% of the way there. Hopefully you guys are good hearing me ramble. I also don't know how I'm going to go about editing this. Because I think that at the end of the day, I've got more than 2 hours of content, and I don't think I'm going to just put all of that into episodes, but I mean, I might. It depends on how much suffering I want you guys to bear witness to. So, that's fine. Okay, what are we doing? Nope, not like that. Well, in my mind, we'll get this done eventually. Is that wrong? Probably. But it's the hope. Also, I'm noticing I'm missing a lot of double jumps. I might just be bitching and moaning, but I'm pretty sure I'm missing some of these double jumps. I don't know why. I find half the time I hit the A button, it doesn't actually do anything. But I could just be wrong. I could just think I'm hitting these things and I'm really not. But I'm not too sure. Let's just stop those traps. Okay. The bees, I think, have become one of the worst traps for me to deal with. Because... yeah, see, I don't like these bees. Alright, well, the bees, I think I've sort of solved. The icicle's not really, the saw blade's not really. This laser, I think I've solved. Because let's go this way. Again, he's not the most challenging thing in the world. However, this one I've kind of solved. Nope. I have a rough grasp, but once I'm there, it's sort of just a home stretch. I gotta kind of free-ball the first handful of traps, hope I get ones that don't suck ass together, and then from there, I just have to survive a couple of onslaughts. The twin dragons, I don't think it's even that hard. I think it's just I expect it, and then because I expect it, I'm expecting the worst. So these missiles, boom, boom, not a big deal, right? You just gotta You gotta find them in the natural habitats. And then, you know, you'll get rid of them eventually. That trap's gone. Not trap, the barrel. Okay. If you, yeah, you kind of gotta look where you're going. So the dragon, big deal. But you just move out of the way and you're fine. In terms of everything else, yeah, you just gotta keep your mind open, keep your eyes open, and you gotta just know where everything's gonna happen before it happens. That's easy, right? Don't know how I survived that. Probably shouldn't have. There we go. Okay, we're at 5 out of 10, and now we're at. I gotta keep this mental note in the back of my brain how many I've collected, so I know that if I'm gonna make a leap of faith, I need to do it for the sake of, you know, getting a trap. Also, these things go off on a timer, so something else to kind of keep in mind. Alright, well, we're kind of safe down here, regardless. So in between them shooting, we're sort of more or less safe. In terms of this one, bowling balls are a bit of a bouncy bitch, but aside from that, we have those. You know, I'm just not gonna chance it. Honestly, I'm not even gonna bother. Yep. One more before that one goes away. There we go. Alright, this one isn't terribly difficult. You just have to pay attention and don't chance anything that you don't really have to chance. You know what's gonna happen. It is probably worth noting that your jump is going to be a little off sometimes, I think. But again, I want to blame the lag. I don't think it's really the lag. This one, I don't think is that big of a deal. It can get a little hectic, and it can get a little kind of laggy. We're one away. Okay, one away. Let's go this way. Nope, down here? Yes. Oh my god, I didn't see it. Okay. That one is more or less solved. You just really have to get, you know, as with anything in life, like 10% lucky, and then, you know. So this one kind of bad, because when there's a lot on screen, it can get real out of hand real quick. But you get 5 and they're all gone. Laser and saw, not a huge deal, because that barrel is gone. Yeah, this one's not horribly difficult because there's a rough thing. These, I think, are one of the worst, but it just depends on what trap they're paired up with. Because they can either be more pains in the asses or less. You know, if you have a machine gun, you're a little limited because you can only go in so many different directions. But if you're paired with an icicle, then I think you're more or less fine. Dragon, you just you gotta just know where they're going, because if you know roughly where they're starting and where they're ending, then you have a rough grasp on the pattern and the way that it's gonna move. We're at one away, but you know what? Why bother chancing that? You just gotta take your time, do it at your own pace, and you'll eventually solve it regardless. In terms of this one, there we go, fantastic, problem solved. Worth noting, I did change the encoding type to try to fix the lag, did not actually solve the issue at hand. So, I don't know what's going on necessarily. I don't know if it is just the game lagging, if there's just too many things on screen, if it's my machine. It could be anything. It might also only be relevant on my actual screen. I don't even know if it's relevant on the recording. I haven't looked at the recording yet, mainly because I've been dreading how best to tackle everything. You know, the 2-hour beast that I've had to figure out. So, oh, I thought that was the last one. It definitely wasn't. Well, see, this way I gotta keep track of how many you're doing. But yeah, the 2-hour beast. I think there's gonna be a lot of cutting. More so than I would like. And I'll try to make it either 2, probably 3 episodes, because, you know, we're still working on it now. There we go. Nope. I was one away again. Oh well. Yeah, so that lag thing is a little weird. I'm gonna blame it, because things are a little smoother whenever it's not lagging. And when things are a little bit smoother, it's just a little easier to deal with, but I'm not sure. Maybe I am just going crazy and I'm becoming a bitch. It's a possibility. Alright, we're at 10. You gonna hit the thingy? Okay, didn't think you were. We're good. Alright, that's fine. Let's just go the other way. 15, there we go. The birds. Again, birds aren't too big of a deal, because the birds, you almost just have to wait. Because, yeah, they'll come to you. These saw blades are a little shitty. There we go. Saw blades are a little shitty because you never really know where they're gonna go. I think part of my problem too with the saw blades, there are instances of saw blade where I think that it's going to hit me, and then it just, like, I think it's gonna hit the platform, and then it just completely impales me. Alright, this one, you kind of gotta be lucky with the placement. That's really all. This one, you also just have to be a little lucky with the placement and hope that you don't get sucked up in too much gunk. That was a little too close for comfort, wasn't it? There we go. Yeah, this one's like a really weird trick. And then this one. Which way are they starting? Starting off over there. Fantastic. Are they going to do the exact same pattern? Sort of. I'm just going to chance it. Holy shit. I need a drink.
With the crowd still chanting his name, the new champion took his rightful place on stage. The director gave Willie his mask.
Oh no.
Contestant becomes champion. Champion becomes director.
Holy shit, I nailed it.
The cycle of Penarium was completed once again. It was now up to Willie to find and guide the next generation of contestants. As for me, the now former director, I am finally free.
Oh, the narrator was the director all along. I think I probably knew that. Maybe. Holy shit, it's Penarium! We are all done. I've completed this indie horror experience. Well, I mean, it was really only horror in the sense of difficulty. Look at these credits. Look at them go. Look at all these credits. Look, there's a lot of people's names I can't pronounce. Wow, a lot of people really worked on this game. Yeah, there was a lot of audience members. I assume those are the people who made the noises whenever I died that I heard 30,000 goddamn times. QA, development tools. Cool. Coco's 2D. I mentioned the engine. That would make sense. Well, that sounds like an episode to me. What do you guys think? I don't know how many I'm going to split this up to. Who knows how this is going to look in the outcome, but we have finally solved Penarium. Well, you guys know the drill. If you watch this collection of episodes and you thought, Jesus Christ, you suck ass and I hate your content, be sure to leave a dislike, but let me know exactly what you didn't like. If it was just that I suck ass, I don't know if there's much I can do, but if it was something to do with my voice work or something else. I mean, I was half asleep for half of this, 2 hours of it, roughly, but let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, if you guys did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like. Let me know what you guys liked. There's, again, no way I can improve without being told how to. So, if you guys enjoyed, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. It does, of course, mean the absolute world to me. I do hope you guys all have an absolutely amazing day, and, well, ciao.